You know who it is. It is your girl, Latuska Powell, author of We Have Powerful DNA. If you need to know anything about me, go to divinetimeandlp.com. Check out my webpage. Hit that contact me button. Send me an email. We can interact there. You can order clothes from my store. You can order the book, We Have Powerful DNA. Guess who it's about? It's about you. Wrote it just for you. Not only that, I just recently dropped a new podcast on Anchor FM. The link is also on my webpage. It's also in my bio on my Instagram and my Facebook. I'm doing something new. I'm trying something different. And we're going to get this conversation started. I was going up and down my timelines, and I've noticed that it's a lot of jealousy when it comes to women. And I'm wondering to myself, why are we so freaking jealous of one another? I'm going down the timeline. The lady makes the statement, oh, that is so disrespectful, because the young lady had on she had on a whole bathing suit, but she had on a see-through thing on top of it. I didn't see one thing disrespectful. What's up? How you doing, Miss Trina? I did not see one thing disrespectful about it, but it made me notice that women are uncomfortable in their own skin. Women do not like the way that they look, and so they have all of these corrections that they want to put on somebody else. You know, that inferiority complex is something else to me. Had a whole discussion with a young lady probably about 2 years ago, and she was saying how disrespectful it was to do this, that, and the other, talking about strippers. I said, one thing about a stripper, let me tell you something. I've never been a stripper, but I applaud a woman. What's up, Capitol Homes? I applaud a woman that can take off her clothes, go get the bag, and respect herself at the same time. I do understand that it's two sides to every story. Do not get it twisted. I know it's a lot of young ladies. What's up? Am I saying it right, Alzie? How you doing today? I can say that it's two sides to every story when it comes to talking about strippers. There's a lot of strippers, they have to get high, they have to get drunk, they have to do all of these things to build up their self-confidence in order to do it. But then there's so many strippers out there that actually go to college, actually have something else on their mind to do later on in their life, and this is just a bridge to carry them across. That's just like Cardi B and everybody else. So I appreciate a woman that embraces her body, that understands. I mean, if that's how you see, that's how you get your bag at the moment. You see it how you can get it, and you get it how you see it. Okay? But this self-hate has got to stop. If you never embrace who you are as an individual, I'm talking about you got to touch yourself. You got to love on yourself. It got to be something about you that is supercalifragilistic, ispialidocious to you alone. Nobody else is going to be able to see this but you. Until you see it, the world can't see it. People are reflections of who you are. So I wrote down a few little things that I wanted to kind of talk about before we really, so we can really get in it. And I want to give you the differences in what is self-esteem and then what is self-love. See, a lot of us don't even understand the difference between self-esteem and self-love. Self-esteem is saying, oh, I'm a good person. I know that I'm a good person. I know that I'm likable. And you see how dull that is? Self-love is, I know that I am created in the image of God, and in my holiness and in my sacredness I stand, just as I am, full, whole, and complete. That's the difference in self-love and self-esteem. Now, should you have both? Of course you should have both. You should have high self-esteem. You should have confidence in who you are as a woman. There is no need for you to be jealous. I'm going to tell it to you from my standpoint. I live in Florida where the weather can be 100 degrees sometimes. If you think I'm going to be walking around from head to toe covered up, for what? Why? Now, why would I do that? Why would I suffer? I don't know, as women, we like to suffer. We were taught to suffer. And at some point in time, we ought to be through with the suffering. We ought to call it quits. We should really call it quits. And I'm talking about generations of suffering. I'm talking about women who have suffered in pain and won't even go to the doctor. That's foolishness to me. That's complete foolishness. You don't care enough about yourself to go to the doctor. You have no inkling that you're only hurting yourself. You won't spend 5 minutes alone with yourself. How quiet do you get as a woman? Because when you begin to pose questions that really matter within yourself, you can kind of heal yourself, because that's what healing takes place because of what we call self-reflection. Why do I feel the way that I feel about another woman? Answer me that. Riddle me that. Why is how someone else is carrying themselves? And I'm gonna say this because I've heard men make this comment too. A woman that does not wear clothes, no man respects. Let me tell you something. I hang around some gangsters, some phenomenal women with some beautiful bodies, and I have never seen a man walk up to them and disrespect them. Probably because they got the bag. And probably because they're in the atmosphere where it's not about just their body. It's about their mindset. It's about what they bring to the table. It's about the atmosphere in which they're in. It's about all of that, and gets grand respect because that's just who she is. Once we choose to get comfortable with ourselves, that's when the dynamic of life really opens up. Because you got to understand, we were all created in the image of God. So when you look in the mirror and you don't see God, you don't see nothing God. And this is for the men too, because I just cannot talk to my women because I know I got some dudes out there. Baby, if you looking in the mirror and everything that you see is so freaking wrong, guess what? Fix it. What's stopping you from fixing it? What is stopping you from noticing I've let myself go? Now, how can I get in alignment with the trueness of who I am, or where I envision myself, or how I see myself? The videos that I've done today on my TikTok, and I want you guys to go to my TikTok page. Make sure you like, share, comment, and all of that good stuff for me. Help me grow. Help my YouTube channel grow. Be a support in the midst of the storm. Okay? Because support is not always money. I understand everybody may not want to read the book. It is a great book for you to read, but everybody don't read. So until I turn it into an audible, guess what? I guess you just on hold. But I'm gonna turn it into an audible, and then I'm gonna see what your excuse is then. Because you don't like to read, that means you can listen. Boop. Problem solved. Problem solved. Another thing I want to kind of get on here and talk about is what you consider holy and grand and right and all of these things are only within you. You know, I'm looking at a lot of things in life, and my question is, have you become unplugged long enough? And I want you to understand what unplugged is. Unplugged is, have you went 24 hours without looking up and down these timelines? Have you gone 24 hours without your phone being in your hand or in the same room as you? Have you gone 24 hours without watching television? Have you gone 24 hours without doing anything electronic, maybe listening to music. And I want you guys to go on and go up to my bio and hit that link for the Good Vibes radio station. I created that station for us to keep us on high vibrations. That's how we freaking manifest. We manifest because we feel good. That's how we can manifest quickly. Quickly. So to keep your vibrations up, music is key. Give me 1 second. Baby, I was cold and now girl done got hot. Well, it's something else. It is something else to get cold and hot at the same darn time. So now we're talking about jealousy, envy, women, and why. Why you? Why have you chosen to be this envious person? Because this person has embraced who they are. They're comfortable in their skin. They don't want to be covered up. It's too hot. They're secure within themselves. Why do we have a problem with somebody with that level of confidence compared to us trying to figure out how we're going to cover this up and cover that up? And I'm not talking about me because I don't have to cover nothing up. I am who I am. And either you like me, you rock with me, or you don't. And I'm cool like that. I don't have to be nothing, and I cannot be no more to you than what you think I am anyway. So I don't even get in the way of that kind of stuff. I'm only who you think I am. You're only going to be who you show me to me. I believe people when they show me who they are. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with people being their true, authentic self. Because see, when you're your true, authentic self, there's some things that ain't gonna fly. You just ain't gonna be able to fly with me. And that has nothing to do with not being able to control myself. What I'm not gonna do is allow you to come into my space and do anything to me that is out of bounds. I have a mouth and I'm gonna set you free. This is what you're not gonna do to me. You cannot be in my space and disrespect me. And that, ladies, is for your men. We're gonna get back to you, ladies. You with a dude and he's always trying to fix you because something broke on you, that means you're not whole. That means there's something wrong here with you. Because I'm exactly the way I'm supposed to look. I am who I am. And either you rock with me or you don't. That's just plain and simple. I'm not asking you to change and do any particular thing. Everything that another person chooses to do, guess what? It's their choice, it's their will. Let it be so on this planet. Did a video yesterday going up and down timelines and I see some people and they just raising Cain about abortion. Abortion is a person's choice. Until you live a day in their shoes, stay out of that. Please stay out of stuff that you don't understand. Please stay out of it. I would rather for somebody to have a procedure done in a safe, sterile environment compared to someone having a procedure done in a hotel room or in a bando somewhere that's unsafe, unsterile, because they're in a bad moment in their life. And I hear church people say all the time, God will make a way. But guess what about God? God knew the day, the moment, and the hour, and the decision had already been made. So why are you trying to make decisions for people and the same God that you're talking about has already forgiven them? because they probably already went to God. See, what's done in secret is rewarded outwardly. Christians have a problem with understanding people have their own relationships with God. You never know what another individual is talking about. So why are you so caught up in forcing people to be who you say they should be? Now, if you see someone, I'm just going to tell you, if you see someone that's cutting up and acting a mug, please correct that. That is what we do for one another. You know, that is my mission in life. My whole fervent prayer is, Lord, allow me to impact millions of people and help reset their mind. Because the mind is the only thing that we're dealing with. I look at so many people that limit themselves, and I'm going to give you some prime examples of what I call limitations and how I listen to people. They don't like the way they look. They feel as though they're too old to do anything. Well, let me tell you something. Society says I'm 49. I already know that I'm ageless, I'm spirit, and I'm truth. So it's who I see myself as. I see myself as the image of God. I see myself as spirit and truth. I see myself as being in the world, but not of the world. That is how I see myself. I understand that I have the ability to manifest. So I have separated myself from the multitude because I agree that it's a little something different about me. And it's okay that I'm different. And you got to embrace who you are. It's okay for you to be different. It's okay for you to be, and it's not necessarily different. I'm going to say this. It's okay for you to be unique. Now, when your uniqueness, where you just going out of your way to be unique, I'm going to give you some truths about me. In my 20s, I was going out of my way to be unique. Going completely out of my way. Baby, I went through the golf stage. Everything I wore was black. Baby, black fingernails. I do like black fingernails. Let me tell you why. Because they seem presidential. I like the way they look to me. Like these are business hands, baby. These hands about business. That's how I see my hands. Business hands that sign big boy contracts, make big boy bags. That's how I see these hands. These are beautiful hands. Hands that handle business. That's how I look at me. I embrace me like that. Neither here nor there. I had to put that in there because I was looking at them. And when I look at my hands, even when I pick up pens and stuff, baby, like, oh, this is a big girl contract, right? Anyway, let me get back into it. In my 20s, I went through my golf stage. So everything was black, baby. Hair black, makeup black, piercings everywhere, which I still have my piercings. I still love my piercings. Like I put my tongue ring in and people say, you got a tongue ring? Babe, I got my tongue pierced when my daughter was 4 or 5 years old. And yes, I have a tongue ring. Yes, I got my nose pierced. Yes, I have a derma. Yes, I have tattoos. Yes, these are things that I like. These are things that mean something to me or meant something to me at that moment and still mean something to me now. Because they signify I'm me. No one else is me. No one else. They may have the tattoos, and I have never really seen anybody with my tattoos. And I'm grateful for that. But I'm going to say this. Other people may have tattoos. They don't have the tattoos that I have. All of my tattoos mean something to me. They represent times in my life. I would never have them removed. Take me as I am. That does not, none of this, none of these tattoos say I can't do what I came to do. I can do it. I can do it. I was born to do it, just as I am. Created to do it, just as I am. Created to influence. Created to bring people to the reality of it's okay. It's okay to be you. And it's okay to allow other people to be them. And a lot of times, I'm going to say this, people are just freaking jealous. They are jealous because they can't find it in themselves to be that free. They can't find it in themselves to be liberated. They can't find it in themselves to be comfortable in their own skin. So you'll see people at the beach with big old t-shirts on and carrying on. Baby, me. This is what I look like. I'm good. This is what I look like. My stretch marks means that I've lived. They mean to me that I've given birth. They mean to me that I am a great lover because I carried children in my womb. That's what my stretch marks mean to me. That I'm a great lover and that I am a protector because my children came into the world whole, happy. You know, they came into the world smiling and laughing and giggling and carrying on. You know, there was no damage given to them. So I'm a great protector. I protected my cubs. That's what all of my stretch marks mean to me. My body weight, let me tell you what it meant to me. Being almost 300 pounds really impacted Latiska because I felt a certain type of way about how I looked. And it was not necessarily how I looked. It was the number that hit me. And it was like, I'm almost 300 pounds. Oh, I won't be no 300 pounds. It was like, I just never wanted to hear that. I never wanted to hear it. So then I started looking up, what is my ideal weight? And then they said it was 180. And then when I got down to 180, then I was just like, I don't like the way that looks. And so then I picked another number and I went down another notch. In the process of me doing these things, I was not thinking about the flab that would be left over because rational thinking will let you know you gain weight, you're expanding your skin. That's a rational person. But then evidently I was not having rational conversations with myself. So now, as I've lost the weight, it's flab. So now I'm like, okay, now what do I do about this? Now, mind you, I've been in the gym. I don't know if y'all can see it. I wish y'all could feel it. But I've been in the gym, baby. And I've always been a strong person. I want you to understand, I've always been a strong person. Never have I ever been a weak person. Maybe I may have fallen short weak in my mind for a short period of time in my life. And I am so happy and grateful that that time has passed me by. And now I am in a liberated, phenomenal moment in my life. And I would really love to impact your life in such a way that I become unforgettable to you. Most of the people that I meet, and it's like natural, and that's tuning in and tapping into who you naturally are. Most people that I meet, I try to be who I would like someone to be to me. And I don't even have to try that hard. I believe that the word is true. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And so I do that. And when I find I'm in a situation or a circumstance and someone may be falling a little short on their mental clarity, guess what? That's what I went to school for. I went to school. And then this is the crazy thing. In school, do you know how many techniques that I learned to help me? Like, I went to school to help other people with their mindset. But did you know, baby, the first person I had to work on was me? Do you know that that is the most satisfying thing to do in the universe is to work on yourself? Don't even worry about nothing else, nobody else, but work on you. Because you know that you have goals and you see yourself in other places that others may not even see you in, but you see yourself there and you imagine yourself there and you do every freaking thing that you can to get there, and you know it's mostly about changing your mind, that's all it's about, is changing your mind. I meet so many people, this is no soap opera. I meet too many people that say something is withheld from them. Please believe nothing is withheld from you. If you want to change how you look, nothing is stopping you from doing it. If you want to change your environment, guess what? You would set a goal and you would say, in 6 months, I'm out of here. In a year, I'm out of here. You would do whatever it is you have to do to move yourself into a better lane, into a better space, because you know you deserve better. That's period, point blank. And you can say what you want to say and say it's an improbable thing, but it's one thing about prayer. Let me tell you something. You go to your God. Okay? Go to your God. Hurry up. And tell your God you tired. Tell your God you want more. Tell your God that you have decided to do something different in your life. And I promise you that God will, has, and will forever listen to you. Even Jesus said it in the book. I know when I speak, I am heard. The Father hears me. And that's even your thoughts. Baby, you begin to think clearer, think better, and start putting them things into the universe. This is what I want. I've decided this is what I want. You know, I'm happy with where I'm at because I am where I am. Don't get me twisted. You got to be okay with where you are, because once you say that prayer, guess what? It's a shift. It's a shift taking place in your life. It's something dynamic that's about to happen just for you, because you had the humility to understand that you wanted more. You had the humility to say, I desire more out of life. And I am not ashamed of it. I'm not trying to be better than nobody else. All I know is I want better for me. All I know is I want my business to prosper, so because I want to employ 10,000 people or more. I want to be able to live in a home and have a landscaper and a maid and a chef and these things, because these things I've done all my life. Lord, I'm tired. Help me help myself. Help me to figure out how I can help myself. Even more. Even me, Lord. Even me. And watch God do it. Watch the universe do it. Watch your ancestors step right on in. And then drop all those insecurities and all of those feelings of not being adequate enough, not being good enough, not being pretty enough, not being smart enough, not being, because all of that is no more than an excuse, and it's a freaking lie. You're lying to yourself. You're lying not only to yourself, but if you have children, let me tell you what you're doing to your children. You are impacting your children. Your children are watching you. But what are they watching you do? Are they watching you waste your freaking life? Or are they watching you try your best to get out of the life that you're in? What are your children watching you do? What are your children watching you put up with? Think about these things. Are you in an abusive relationship? Hello? Is it you? Well, guess what you're teaching your child how to do? Be in an abusive relationship. You're teaching your child that it's normal to argue, fuss, and fight. You're teaching your child it's okay to put your hands on somebody. You're teaching your child it's okay to call somebody out in there. It's okay. That is toxicity at its best. You're teaching your child. And there's another thing I want to tap on about this, because I'm glad my spirit is taking me everywhere. When I was a mother, I would only help my children with their homework. That's it. That's all I knew how to do. Just help with their homework. But not one time did I take a moment in time to read what they had read. I never thought of the impact of the knowledge which I had gained to add on to the education which they were receiving. Because I was not where I am now. I really didn't notice that. In a lot of ways, I always knew that I was my child's first teacher. In a lot of ways, I knew that. I did not know how significant that was until later. Like, if you don't teach your children to read a paragraph a day, just get them to reading and get them off these tablets. You don't even understand the advertisements that they're able to see. That's where the jealousy and the envy comes in, because they're having a mindset of lack, thinking that someone has something more than them, not even understanding the struggle of what may be taking place in order for their friends to have this, that, and the other. Not even understanding the impact that the mother may be going through to get these things. Like, I lived in a neighborhood, this is real honest talk. I lived in a neighborhood, and it was a young lady, her mom used to get beat. And so she felt comfortable to tell me the story. And she said, Miss T, I just don't know what to do. I said, baby, let me tell you something for real. There's nothing you can do. You can't save your mama. Your mama has to save herself. That's how your child is looking at you. You're putting your child in a place of trauma, mental anguish, because it's nothing that they can physically do for you when you're in abusive relationships. A lot of people be in relation, and it may not just be, like relationship, could be friendships or anything like that, any kind of ship. Okay? So now you're in these ships and you're allowing all kind of stuff to happen. And while all of these things are happening, guess who's watching? Guess who's teaching their children how to be jealous? Guess who's teaching their little girls how to have headache? Guess who's doing it? Parents. Guess who's teaching hate in their home? Guess who's allowing people to come into their home and teach hate and ignorance? I want you to understand that life is given to you according to what you believe. And if you are setting your children up to believe this is all there is in life, you are failing. Say it out loud. You're failing like hell. You're failing. You are not passing. The generational curse is still alive. Your DNA has not been activated. And why would you wait on your child to activate your DNA when it's up to you to activate the DNA in your family by changing how you think, by you creating the atmosphere, a safe atmosphere, a safe environment, an environment that teaches your children that we are all created in the image of God. There is nothing broken in anyone and nothing that needs to be fixed. Trauma happens within the home. That's where it starts, inside of the mind of the person that's producing the trauma onto another. And that's honest talk. That's real talk. That's talk that people really should understand. That's real talk. There is no need of one woman to be jealous of another woman's body figure or anything else. You will not. God only makes one of one. That's what he do. He make one. One. Ain't but one. That's how you have to look at yourself. Ain't but one. So in my oneness, in my wholeness, in my goddess vibe, I'm all that in a bag of chips with wings and dip. and some champagne on the side, because I'm hood and holy, just like that. Just like that. And as I am, I'm loved because I love myself. I love me completely, wholly. I embrace me. And I want you guys to embrace yourself. Be cool with who you are. Be cool with how you look. I wrote about it in the book, We Have Powerful DNA, baby. And I think one of the examples, I had a cousin, she used to talk about her nose was so big. Guess what? You're the only one with that nose, though. You're the only person with that nose. So why not look at that nose and embrace that nose and know that that nose is a gift? Because how many people are born without a nose? Or how many people have lost their nose? You know what I'm saying? We're so busy focusing on things that do not matter. What's up, popcorn? Is that saying popcorn light? What's up, baby? Let me give you a wave. Thank you for joining me. So many people we just don't embrace who we are and how we look and how we feel is a reflection of everything that's going on inside of us. You know, so many times people look outside of them and expect the world to reflect something different than how they feel. The world can only reflect to you how you feel about you, how you deem yourself on the planet. Do you hear me? Everything is only a reflection of what's going on in your inner world. How do you impact change inside of yourself so that you can impact the world, so that you can focus on things and defy the odds which you say are holding you back? Because again, the world says I'm 49, I'm spirit and truth. So I'm energy. I could never die. The death code has been released on me. I know I'm an eternal being. It is what it is. This is just a moment in time, and this too shall pass. But the essence of me is eternal, and that I'm made up my mind. It is what it is. You're looking at a legend. Many years after I've left this planet, baby, Latuska will continue to live. Promise you that. Promise you that, because I've decided that. 2, at 49, well, 48, I became a model. At 40, I want to say 46, 45, 46, I became an author. All of these things I decided to do. Not only am I a mature model, I'm overweight. So I'm a thick model, baby. I got the thickness on me. I got the juice. And I'm good with it. And I look good in my pictures. And can't nobody tell me nothing different. I take care of myself to the best of my ability. I'm not trying to shine on nobody, but this jealousy has got to stop. This, why she out here naked? Why you scared to take off your clothes? Do you know most women most women don't like their body to the point that they have to get undressed in the dark or in the corner. And then as soon as they take off their clothes, they got to put on a robe because they just don't like the way they look. So then everything about them on the inside is reflected on the outside of them. So then they attract people that will tear them down and make them feel even worse because they already feel a certain type of way. So you can't come to me with all of that. What you need to do is get out of my dang life. That's what you need to do, because evidently you can't be the person for me, because there's some things about you that I just don't like. But who am I to say anything about what I don't like? I should be embracing what it is about you that I do like and looking for the God in you in every circumstance. Are you really treating me as God treats me? Or are you hurting me and calling it love? And then if that is the case, why am I here? Because if you can't treat me no better than this, baby, buddy, you got to hit it. You got to go. You got to leave me alone. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna dismiss myself. Baby, no longer needed. You're no longer needed. You are so no longer needed, and you goodbye. Ladies, stop being jealous. Stop being jealous because another woman can embrace her sexuality. Stop being jealous because another woman has taken the time to be in shape and be strong because she knows her health is her wealth. Stop being jealous about things that you yourself have the ability to fix. You're the only person just sitting there in your life complaining, but you're the only person that is in your life that can fix it. If you know fried food is just doing something to you, and this is another thing, pay attention to the food that you eat. And I'm not saying you can't eat what you want to eat. I'm not going to be one of those people to say, oh, that's just so. Let me tell you something. You got one life to live. You can live it in fear. You can live it in happiness. You can live it in joy. You can live it in peace. You can live it in complete surrender. But one thing I notice about people that have the things that the people who say they have not. Because see, the have-nots have not because they think it's too much. They think, oh, that's too much money to spend on myself. That's what a have-not mindset is. I'm going to eat what I want to eat. I'm going to enjoy my life. I only have one life. Now, am I going to do it in moderation? Of course, I'm going to do all things in moderation because all things are here for my good. Am I going to live life and not enjoy it? No. Am I going to live life and sacrifice parts of me? Why? Why? Ask yourself that question on a spiritual level. Say, why would I deny myself things that I enjoy? When I was given life to live. And then say something to me down in the comments. Please say something to me. And let me know why would you do that to yourself. Let me know why would it be so vital for you to deny anything about you. Am I saying eat McDonald's every day? Nope. Am I saying that you have, this is what I am saying. You have to be where you are until you desire something different. That's it. And it's not a desire until you decide that it's something different that I desire. Being happy means eating delicious food, enjoying life thoroughly. That's what life is. You look at people that have, as we call it, the haves, and oh, they have. Well, yeah, they have because they know how to enjoy life. They have because they don't push out or project something is wrong with something. Everything on this planet is spiritual. It's spiritual for real. Judge nothing that you see. That's for the people that eat cake and stuff like that. Let me tell you how I really lost weight. It was not just about going to the gym and all of that. I changed the way I thought about food. I knew that it was okay for me to eat a piece of cake, and that the cake was not going to just make me gain weight and carry on, because I was not going to look at the cake like that and say, oh, this cake is going to make me gain weight. No, honey, I looked at the cake and said, oh, this cake is delicious, and I'm going to eat it. Now, am I going to eat it every day? No. Do I want a whole cake in my house? No. Is temptation real? Yes. So I put myself at bay. I'll buy me a slice of cake and I eat it. But is that every day? Nope. Is that my reward for the week? Maybe. Yep. Or if I have that in my mindset, oh, I would just love something sweet. Why would I deny myself that? And I look at how we raise our children. You know how many times we tell our children no? Do you know, just like you saying yes and knowing that you got it, the universe will yield you more? Do you know that that's something, that's another thing that's sacred and spiritual? You got to know that things don't run out in the universe. Nothing runs out in the universe. Nothing. Money, paper towel, inventions, nothing runs out. But if you have that scarcity mindset that something is running out, baby, it's already gone. It's already gone. I'm so sorry to tell you, you got to change your mind. You got to change it. You got to hurry up and get that thing. And then I'm going to tell you this, a lot of us have those beliefs as, money burns a hole in your pocket and you can't keep it and da this and that and the other. And these are the times where you reflect and you ask yourself these questions. Why do I feel this way? Where did this belief come from? And how can I change it? How could I change it? I'm going to tell you how I started. I made up in my mind, baby, I'm going to keep money in my wallet. I don't care what nobody say. It's going to be money in my bank account. It's going to be money in my wallet at all times. I'm just going to do it. I remember when I would spend my last. I remember when. And then I got to the mindset of, okay, I'm living one day at a time. And then I'm noticing within that day, what do I actually have to purchase in a day? How many days can I go without purchasing a thing? One thing. Because a lot of us, we make purchases that mean absolutely nothing. We're just making purchases to say we can make the purchases. I would rather make purchases on things that matter, like investments, invested in myself and in my friendships that I have around me. Self-help, mentorships, things of that sort. I would rather invest in me that way. Invest in things. Like I have something coming up, baby. I'm so excited, July 9th. Baby, I got a whole course. Baby, I'm so excited about this course I'm able to take because it's going to help me better myself. What? Ain't nothing like being a better you, better version of you. It's nothing like it in the world. Pouring into yourself. Pouring into yourself. Stop buying all this stuff. And do you know how many people I meet? The house is cluttered with stuff. And then they get ready to buy some more and then they just start throwing away and giving away, not even realizing how much stuff they've collected. Not even realize how much stuff they've collected. And not even realizing the money and the things that you are throwing away or giving away. It's money that could actually be in the bank. Because they weren't necessary. It was for a look, for a day, for a moment in time. Now, am I saying don't shop for yourself? That's nope, because you know you're talking to the shop lady. Love clothes. I love clothes. Spirit knows that I love, and I love clothes so much to the point. I want y'all to understand how much I love clothes. I don't hang nothing up in my closet and wait for another day to put it on. Sometimes I have gone in the store or gone by a store and saw something hanging in the window, and I said, "Oh, I got to get out and get that." And I got to put it on right then and be in the mirror. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. I look so good. Thank you, Spirit. But that's me. Thank you. Because I'm able to purchase this and I'm able to look this fucking. Thank you, Lord. Whew. You just do something to me. Every time I think about how good and how nothing is withheld. And I'm going to tell you a lot of times, and this is no lie, I'll go into the store and I see something that's fly that I really, 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 really want. Maybe get to the register next day, you know, it's 50% off. I'm prepared to pay this. Baby, it's 50, 70% off. And I know that's when God looking at me. And I see it quick at the register. Oh, look at God. Oh, look at God. Look at me. Thank you, Lord. And baby, can't wait. Can't hardly wait. Baby, I be, especially if I don't put it on while I'm there. Baby, I be in the car just driving, trying to hurry, get home, get it out the bag, and figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow so I can put it on. Baby, I'm blessed. We're blessed. But we got to get that blessed mindset. Didn't want to stay on here too long. Almost made it an hour. Come on, people. Let's get our minds right. Jealousy is not the course that we should take. Self-love is everything. Embrace who you are. And if you don't like who you are, the only person that can change you is you. That's it. Nobody else can come in and change it. Now, I will say this. People may come into your life and say something that sparks something inside of you, but that spark is already in you to do. So be about doing the thing instead of complaining about the thing. There's nothing to complain about. Just see what can you do about it. That's what you say. What can I do about how I feel now, right now at this moment? And then whatever comes to you, that's what you do. If you start your exercise journey with one push-up, do it. Then tomorrow, 2 push-ups, do it. By the time you get to the end of the month, baby, you at 30. But guess what you've done? You have programmed your mind to continue on your journey. Them 30 don't mean nothing no more. Baby, you pushing toward 100. You getting stronger and stronger with every breath that you take. Every move is just taking you and transforming your life into something different because you took the challenge to just do one step at a time, one move at a time, and then double up. You know, then you can get to that double up season that next month. And this can be, let's say we're going to talk about money and double up. I'm doing the double up challenge. I'm doing the double up challenge, and I'm going to tell you what the double up challenge is. Most entrepreneurs, you know what? That's another video. I see you guys later. I love you. Next time we talking money and entrepreneurship, and I'm going to tell you about the double up, shouty, because I've noticed a lot of entrepreneurs, they got great businesses, but they don't have great minds to get it rolling. Let's get to the business. Love you. You guys have a beautiful, blessed, amazing day. Make sure you follow me on YouTube. Go listen to and subscribe to my Anchor FM. Go to my webpage, purchase the book, and always wake up with me at 6:30 in the morning so that we can pray our day in. Love you.